All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but Black Power, Black Divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the membership right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption of Definitive Black Manhood, designed by the General, strictly for the brothers. I want you to get over there, check it out, get a preview. Link right there in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream, where the brothers sit down once a week having a very serious discussion about vital, powerful, important information pertinent to our growth and development. Check it out, get the preview, and become a member, become a brother today. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check it out. Check that catalog out, get a discount. Shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects. All the subjects that you know and love from the General. Omega, Voyages of the Nile, when Kemet ruled the earth, Nubia, mother of ancient Egypt, Black Babylon, African origins of Mesopotamia. We have also from Naga the Nigger, African origins of the Hindu Kush. We got the making of the white man, black woman is God, hip hop occult, Freemasonry exposed, and so much, much more. Not another website nowhere on the planet that could compare, compete. Become a member today, and everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon. We got that fire again. We got the Melanin, the sacred core of vampires, immortality, where we get into Akasha, the queen of the damned, the Vampire Chronicles. The information that is stored in there is not being discussed by credible and masterful teachers because you ain't got that many. And so I cut into it and dissect it and showing you some very critical information where they talking about you. You need to know this information. Get over there and check it out. We also got the Seraphim, the Black Immortal Chief Angels of Heaven, how this come out of the Nile Valley, that these are deities that come out of ancient Nubia and Egypt. You need to get over there, get that work. It's speaking directly to you, family. Don't miss it. To all the family out there, donate to the General. Thank you. Appreciate you. Those would like to donate, link is in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti, Black Power Cartel. Rock that notification bell. Get a video, a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, we got a video. We got ignorant Donald Trump. On a private audio where he's discussing bombing Moscow, bombing Beijing. So, I don't know what the fuck, he talking about because, I mean, that you literally talking about destroying the world. You know what I'm saying? You literally talking about destroying the fucking world. And so, these motherfuckers, even if you pump faking, you see what I'm saying? That's dangerous. Yeah. Yeah. They pump faking. You see, and so that pump faking can get some shit started, That pump finger can get some shit started, and so that's a very reckless comment. You know, over Ukraine, over motherfucking Ukraine. You ready to blow up the motherfucking world over Ukraine? Yeah, that motherfucker on one, man. That motherfucker, yeah, that motherfucker on one for real. Let's listen to this shit, y'all. Let's listen to this.
Of Trump then as a candidate discussing details of a private conversation that he once had with President Putin. The audio obtained by the authors of a new book that is just out today. And for context, the president has long said that Putin would never have invaded Ukraine on his watch because of something he told him once privately. Trump had never revealed what that was.
I had a very strong conversation with President Putin, and he understood, and I won't go into the great details of the conversation because nobody has to know that. But I will tell you, it never, ever would have happened.
I don't want to say it, but did they fear me? I suspect they did.
Well, tonight we're learning those details as the audio reveals that Trump says that he threatened not just President Putin, but also China's President Xi Jinping. And this is what he told donors about what exactly that conversation looked like during a private fundraiser last year.
With Putin, I said, if you go in to Ukraine, we're going to bomb the shit out of Moscow. I'm telling you, I have no choice. The public wants it. The public. The public. So he goes like, I don't believe you. He said, no way. And I said, way. And then he goes like, I don't believe you. But the truth is, he believed me 10%. And I told you this, he believed me 10%. Then I'm with President Xi of China. But I said the same thing to them. I said, if you go into Taiwan, I'm going to bomb the shit out of Beijing. He thought I was crazy. He said, Beijing, you're going to bomb Beijing. I said, I have no choice. I got to bomb them. We're going to bomb Beijing. And he didn't believe me either, except 10%. And 10% is all you need. In fact, 5% would have been okay too. And we never had a problem. We would have never had a problem.
You hear that shit? He say, so see, the thing is, Donald Trump think he a motherfucking, what Ray say? Yeah, he he think if a motherfucker, he like to roll the dice, he like to roll the dice and shit. And listen to me, I don't put nothing past these peckerwoods. I don't. I ain't gonna say because a lot of them motherfuckers is warmongers. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't just him. Man, a lot of them motherfuckers in Congress, man, they warmongers. They the ones really be pumping the president up. Like, man, go on in there, bomb them. What the fuck is you waiting on? You feel what I'm saying? A lot of them motherfuckers was in there, they for the Israelis. They for Netanyahu. They the one in there, what they call them, lobbying. They in there lobbying for the Israelis. You know what I'm saying? They be them goddamn senators in there. And so I know that one motherfucker that he had in there, and the motherfucker, he got this funny ass mustache and shit. And he was in the first administration. That motherfucker straight warmonger. You understand what I'm saying? And he's a straight warmonger. He would bomb. That's his only solution is fucking bombing. That's how they make money, especially a lot of these states and shit. Is military complex states. They gonna get paper. A lot of them where they make the bombs and shit, and they make the tanks and shit and all the armor, the artillery and the weaponry and shit. So when motherfuckers go to war, they gonna make major dough. They gonna make major dough. So they gonna push for the warmongering. They're gonna put, it is military industrial complex. They're gonna push Yeah, yeah. Well, ain't no motherfucker going, you know, especially over no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Especially over no bullshit. Now, like when motherfucking Soviet Union was bringing motherfucking weaponry over here, and them goddamn nukes and shit, and put them in Cuba. That's something different. You know what I'm saying? That's something different. You got to get that shit up out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's something different. Threatening, that's just how it's gonna have to be. That was something different. But for the shit that they talking about today, for some goddamn Ukraine, because y'all motherfuckers over there, trying to conquer every little inch of land that y'all can and shit. And, that's something totally different. Shit ain't necessary. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. U.S. and Trump can get in the mob. Yeah. But, you know, the threat of bombing, but shit. Putin threatened to bomb this bitch. Say he got the biggest bomb on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they had made videos and shit. Now that's crazy. Now this is an audio, but Putin had. I seen the shit. They had he had his State of the Union and he was showing motherfucking bombs and shit. The hype what's that hypersonic missile and shit. How it could come across and shit and hit the United States. Yeah, well, you know what? All of them act the same way. Shit, they all act the same motherfucking way. You understand what I'm saying? Every last one of them motherfuckers continue to put up a fucking $1 trillion every year. I don't know one president that ain't put up that, you know what I'm saying? Ain't put that motherfucking ticket up there. You know what I'm saying? So they all warmongers. You see what I'm saying? They all warmongers. They all motherfucking warmonger. Every last American president is a fucking warmonger because every motherfucking year they got that 8 to 900. It's a billion now. You understand what I'm saying? They got that 8 to 900 billion dollar motherfucking budget. You feel what I'm saying? So it's about to be a motherfucking trillion. It's about to be a trillion now because they about to go over that. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And so, they haven't dropped any since Japan. And so, they know the motherfucking ramifications of that shit. They know the ramifications of it. Ain't nobody gonna win no motherfucking nuclear fucking war. Yeah, that is. That is concerning that he fired the generals. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to have the best quality. That's bullshit. That right there is, I'm in total agreement with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you always want the best generals and shit. And when and when you lose the top guys and shit, that's why a lot of motherfuckers is leaving though. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't feel safe with the motherfucker. Because they ain't supposed to be in those positions. They're just like hedge Seth and shit. He's a fucking drunk. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking clown. You don't want no man in control of your military that then did crazy ass videos on the news and shit, drinking and shit, and you in control of the military. You see, so I'm totally against that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm totally against what he did to the five generals and shit that, when you got to go to war, you go with the best. You got to get out of that ego shit where a motherfucker, you let a motherfucker do them, respect them, and they they got to respect the president. You know what I'm saying? They got to respect the motherfucker. That's just what it is. He's the commander in chief, but he got to respect the generals. You see what I'm saying? That they know better than he do how to operate the military. And so you gonna fire a motherfucker just because they won't kiss your ass. That's some bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he on some bullshit, when it come to that. He ain't no he picked motherfuckers to kiss his ass. None of his motherfucking cabinet is worth $2. You see what I'm saying? None of them. I don't respect nan one of them. Rubio is a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Hedge, Seth, and man, them is suckers. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Bunch of busters and shit, and his motherfucking cabinet, when you think about Donald Trump and the people he picked, it remind you of the swap meet. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers go to the swap meet, when motherfuckers just looking to get something, it ain't top quality, but you go in there to get you something real quick, you know what I'm saying, and be out and shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that motherfucking Donald Trump cabinet remind the motherfucker of the swap meet. You just picking anybody, a little swap. This motherfucker got a swap meet cabinet and shit. You know what I'm saying? What is you got going on, man? We don't feel secure with the motherfuckers that you didn't pick. We don't feel secure with the motherfuckers you didn't pick. You talk over your cabinet. They ain't really, when you a step right on them and shit. You see? Sadie, why does the imperialist ban Africa from using nuclear energy that comes from his own land? Because they know. They know just like Korea, they know just like Iran, that if black people was to get a nuclear weapon, it's over with. Not that they would use it, that they couldn't attack Africa. You see what I'm saying? Without a threat of something going boom. You know what I'm saying? If they got the ability to keep them off of them, and that's North Korea, China, and Russia and shit, it's a neutralizer. You know what I'm saying? And what would make it even more a threat is the fact that they do possess so much mineral wealth and things of that nature, and not like North Korea, because they ain't got too much of shit. They got a nuclear bomb, but they ain't got too much of nothing else. You feel me? Pakistan got a nuclear bomb, but they ain't got too much of nothing else. You see, but Africa having so much mineral wealth, human wealth, you got geological paradise, and you got animal wealth. You got so much wealth in Africa, and to neutralize anybody being able to come in and attack the people and shit, it would would most definitely be the end. That would be the end of their rule on the planet. So they not about to let Africans play with no damn nuclear. You understand? Because they want to trip. Our people got scientists too. I give credit what credit is due. I know we're dynamic, but that don't mean our people are not dynamic all over the planet. You know what I'm saying? We got some scientists and shit, and they probably is the scientists in Africa. We talk, and people want to act like everything is a fishing village, but they probably got African scientists over there right now that could do justice. If you're not gonna make me believe that Iran and goddamn, because Iran ain't come on, Iran is a fucking, a little bit. If it ain't a third world country, it ain't far from it. You know what I'm saying? Pakistan is a fucking third world country. India is a third world country. Yeah, they got nukes and shit, but they technically third. So you're not going to make me believe that India, Pakistan, and Iran can achieve nuclear status and Africa can't achieve nuclear status. That's just, you're not going to make me believe that. So they most definitely don't want, and then you got to think, if they was making bombs and shit, look how much uranium, look how much plutonium that they got. Look how much cobalt that they got. They got it right there on their own land. They don't have to go and get it. They got it right there. And you got to think that, you got to think that you know, most of the shit that the United States is, that they operating getting they getting from Africa, the cobalt, a lot of the uranium, a lot of it's coming straight. So if they using it for their own programs, where the fuck is the United States gonna get their shit from? Where they gonna get their shit from? So they don't want even Africa to even be moving in that direction. But you know what? I would think that, Africa could do it, you know what? But I would think that they would try to do something different, you know? Yeah, I would think Africa would move in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that nuclear shit. Leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a target. You know what I'm saying? Africa can do it. They don't need nuclear. They don't need nuclear. There's other shit that could be used. You know what I'm saying? There's other shit that could be used. You got solar. All that goddamn sun in Africa. They need to be using solar energy and finding some clean energy. That nuclear shit is gonna be the death of motherfuckers, man. That shit is radioactive. That's not clean energy. That's not natural energy, and it's destructive. And when them goddamn, when that shit go awry, and them goddamn, them rods in that bitch break down and shit, and you know what I'm saying? Just like over there in Japan, you feel me? Man, that shit meltdown. You feel me? That's some deadly shit. That's some deadly shit. I don't even advise Africa to even fuck with nuclear. You know what I'm saying? So, I understand having, and you could still bring about, Africa got to unite. If Africa was really, but they so, and they talk about black people in America, but them niggas over there so petty. You know what I'm saying? They so divided and petty that, in many instances, in Christian here, Muslim here, this tribe, that tribe, it's just fucked up. They can't unite. If they would unite and motherfuckers felt that if they came to Africa, they would have to fight damn near everybody, they wouldn't even come. Because you ain't got no motherfucking army to fight all them black people. If they thought everybody on the continent would mobilize, they wouldn't come. There's no way. I don't give a fuck, fuck that, they wouldn't come. Yeah, you ain't nothing. You more than a monster. You know what I'm saying? But see, we're going to talk about that. Urugu. You see? Urugu. That's what that motherfucker is. The Urugu. You see? But anyway, Donald Trump didn't let something slip out his mouth and shit, and this talking about he a bomb, and he say, he want to play that negotiation, how motherfucker negotiate and you say some shit, but you got, motherfuckers take that shit seriously. Motherfuckers take that shit seriously, and I think that's his, that's what they, that's how they operate. Where they, if they could convince a motherfucker that it's a possibility that they would do it, he figured that'll keep them out. So that's what he say. But no matter what, I'm not trying to rationalize no caveman. You know what I'm saying? I don't put shit past them. But anyway, all right, family. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all get over there to Patreon, family. Support the general. Make sure you subscribe. Share this with your family and friends. Yeah, he most definitely unstable. Yeah, he's most definitely unstable. And I agree with you about that. Yeah, he doing some real silly shit. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Power.